Big weekend in Huntingburg. Hello and welcome to WJTS in.form. I'm your host, Bill Potter. Joining me in the studio is Nick Stevens. Nick is the Executive Director for the Huntingburg Chamber of Commerce. Nick, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Well, an exciting weekend. It's the Winter Antique Show in Huntingburg.
That's right. It's our 20th annual. Real excited about it. You know, 20 years of doing these antique shows. It's a great thing, and what a great opportunity to highlight Huntingburg.
Okay, well, let's talk about, what are the actual dates and times for the show?
It's actually January 18th and 19th, Saturday and Sunday, from 9 to 5 on Saturday and 10 to 4 on Sunday. And it's always a great time. We have about roughly 35 vendors at booths right now. We've still got a little room for more, so if anybody out there would like information or would like to have a booth, it's got to be strictly antiques. Just call the chamber office at 812-683-5699, and we'll get you set up.
Okay, now this is an antique show.
Yeah.
Strictly antiques.
Strictly antiques.
What's an antique, other than me?
Well, antiques, it's a wide range of things. There's a lot of, obviously it's not a new product.
Okay.
Arts and crafts do not fit in the show.
Okay.
Huntingburg's been known in the past for primitive items, which is more the glasswares and things that are from the early 20th century, early 20th century. The old gasoline signs and things like that, the old advertisement, a lot of that, that is declared antique.
Okay.
And it's really cool that that's got such a big following because people love to find those old Pepsi-Cola signs or the Coke signs.
And we're talking the originals,
the
not
originals,
the ones that have been reprinted
not the
on metal.
reproductions.
Right, okay.
Or, to find the old Shell gasoline or the mobile signs. People are always looking for the mobile Pegasus. I'm not saying we get a lot of that, but every once in a while you see these really cool pieces that came from Joe Blow's gas station, and maybe it's a Zippo lighter or something like that, and it's still got that business information on it, and you can tell it's been used, and it's just amazing. The little things that you can find. And
so for these antiques, if somebody comes up, do most of the vendors have a story behind it? Do they know a little bit about it?
Some of them do. A lot of our vendors, and we got a lot of vendors that are fairly close to Du Bois County, who can really tell you the story behind that product, and whether it's, whether it was something that they had as a child, or it was something that had been passed down through the years, or whatever it is. A lot of them have a story behind them. We've got a guy who gets a lot of stuff from the East Coast, and he'll bring it in, and you'll look at it, and you can just tell right off the bat that it's not something that fits the typical Huntingburg, Southern Indiana flair. You can tell it came from the New England states. It's a lot of furniture, the patina to it. It's just amazing. The craftsmanship. That's what's amazing about some of this old stuff, these old antiques, is the craftsmanship that goes into it. That you can tell. That was handcrafted. It wasn't something that went through a machine and was routed. You can see the engraved marks and see, I don't want to say flaws, but there are little differences in each piece. You can have all these little squares, like you don't have it on there, but you can just see these little square pieces or whatever they've done, and you can notice it. Each one's different, so it's unique.
Because generally it was handcrafted back
All
in the day.
handcrafted, right.
So you said furniture? There is.
We have a lot of furniture. There's old dressers, chairs, tables. We've got one guy who brings in these. He has these amazing tables that he finds, and this is more of the stuff that comes from the East Coast. And it's just beautiful how the craftsmanship, and it's sometimes cool that you can tell that they were used as like in a shop. And you can see the different layers of the paint that has been on there. Like, wow, this thing's been painted 5 times. It dates back to who knows when. We've actually had some pieces that date back to the Civil War.
Wow.
And it's amazing. The history side of it's what I like, as well as we're talking about the gas station signs and the old Coke signs and Pepsi signs. Those are really cool. But the glassware is another unique piece. Yule pottery, which has really been a big thing for Huntingburg in the area, that's another item that we see a lot of. It's not as popular as it once was, but it's still pretty popular. So when you come out there, there's always some unique items. Sometimes we even have, it's amazing that you find these old yearbooks from the 1940s, and it's like, wow. and a lot of that is local because of the opportunity for other local people to see it. Because you never know, they might pick that up because it's got one of their relatives in it. So it's really cool, and we see a lot of things. I'm not going to say that maybe once in a while there might be a reproduction that's came through. It's hard to tell from that stuff all the time. But boy, most of it is really unique. The wash tubs, you remember the old wash tubs? We've had a couple of those come through. Seems like every year we end up with one or two of those that have been there.
The old ringer washers?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's really cool.
Now it's this weekend,
Saturday
and Sunday at the Huntingburg Event Center. Plenty of parking, easy to get in, easy to get out. Is there an admission, and will there be food?
$3 admission, and our new Main Street program in Huntingburg, Destination Huntingburg, will be running concessions. I think there's going to be pulled pork, chili, desserts. We'll have Coke products and everything for sale there. So it's a great time to come out and help Destination Huntingburg, our new Main Street organization, try to get their feet on the ground and moving forward to try to do some projects. But as well, $3 admission, you can come in and spend the whole day. And if you come in on Saturday and spend the $3, we'll give you a pass for Sunday as well.
Oh, that's a good idea, because you may come and look at things on Saturday and then come back on Sunday and make a purchase.
It's amazing how many times that happens. We'll have a customer come up. Oh, I was here yesterday and I got to go back in there. I really thought about it overnight and I just can't let that go. Sometimes that product's still there, sometimes it's not, but it's pretty cool. So we love to be able to give back to our customers for coming in, because we want them to come back and feel like they're welcome to come back in and buy some other products.
When people come to the show, about how long are they there? Is there an average of time that it takes you to walk? Because 35 booths is a good amount of booths. 35
booths is pretty good. It's not a record for us, but it's a pretty good number. Usually I think the people stay for an hour, hour and a half. There are some guys, I've had some people that stay, and I remember this one guy, I think he brought his mother, and he went in there. I would venture to say he was in there every bit of 3 hours. Wow. And she walked around for a little while, and then she came out and sat in the lobby and talked to our people working the ticket booth. And but he was looking and really looking hard and going through each booth, really trying to find that unique item. And he bought some things. So I would say on average, people stay for an hour, hour and a half. There's a lot of things to go through. I mean, I sit there when they come in on Friday setting up, and you're watching put up the stuff, and it's like, first of all, how can they remember everything they've got? And second of all, how did they bring this much stuff to sell and to put out there? Because it's just so unique, so beautiful. We've had little antique knives. I forgot about that. Little antique knives, little things like that, tools. It's just amazing, the quality of this stuff, because you can tell this stuff has been used. And it's not like the stuff that we have today that, if you've had it for a year, you've been pretty lucky. This is stuff that's 50, 60, 70 years old that you can tell it's been used. It's worn, but it still works. It still functions. Right. So it's really cool.
Now let's move to something a little different, and that is that the Huntingburg Chamber of Commerce now has a new logo.
We do have a new logo. Our new logo it was a way for us to, I think in the past, people have kind of always put the chamber and the city as one and the same. And we've always been a separate entity, always have been. We're both our own organizations. We're a 501c4 nonprofit. But we were talking last year and going through a lot of things and said, hey, we need to work on a new logo to really try to make us stand out, so we're not being filtered into the city, or the city's being filtered into things that we're doing. Even though we are one and the same in the aspects of promoting the community and wanting Huntingburg to grow and prosper, we're each our own entities. So we're working with a few ideas, and then we called Jeremiah Peterson at Two Sign Guys, and said, hey, Jeremiah, can you help us out here? And we had the old Huntingburg Blast logo, which he had designed for us. And I said, we want to use that logo and build on it so we can have something that would be unique for the chamber. And he came up as a beautiful cityscape, and really you can look at it and you can put any business or any type of building that it's in Huntingburg in here. You can look and see here, okay, this is Salem Church or St. Mary's, or this would be the old town hall, or this would be OFS, or this would be just any shop on 4th Street or a shop on US 231. It all kind of fits. And then it's all tied in with a ribbon, which is similar to kind of what the city has and what many of the other organizations involving Huntingburg has. That's got the little thing, it says Huntingburg in it, in the cityscape. It's black, red, and gray. And it says Chamber of Commerce in the city, on the cityscape side of it. And it just stands out. It's really nice. I'm really excited about it. Really looking forward to sharing it to more people. We've got it added to our Facebook page and our Twitter page, as well as onto our website. So check that out. There's also other information for newsletter signups and things like that we're really trying to do a better job of informing our members and creating awareness of things going on. People can also visit the website. We've got a nice chamber seminar coming on next month, February 12th, for about making sure your social profile for your business is really, you're getting the best out of it, the most out of it. And we're working with Lieberman Technologies out of Evansville, who's putting that together for us. And they're going to present on it. They had presented on one in Newburgh for me a couple months ago that I attended for the Main Street meetings. And it is great. And what a way to make sure all of our businesses are getting the best out of their social media profile, whether it is their website or Facebook or Twitter. So if you want to check that out, please visit huntingburgchamberofcommerce.org, and you can find more information on that.
Okay, and Nick Stevens has brought something old and something new today.
That's right.
To WJTS in.form. The old is, it's an event that's been going on for 20 years.
20 years.
And that is the Winter Antique Show this weekend at the Huntingburg Event Center. And then something new is the Huntingburg Chamber has a new logo.
That's right.
Nick, thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
And we thank you for watching WJTS in.form. We are local people watching local people.